Hey guys, I'm Cassie Teal. Thank you so much for joining us live today. It is March, which means that it is National Women's Month. And this month I've been spending a lot of time recognizing those women that have been very influential in my life. And today I'm super pumped that I get to be on this live feed with three women that are not only baller moms, but I like to call these women boss moms because of what we get to do together. So I've been in the health and wellness space for about 10 years. And I can tell you this, one of my favorite things about this space is the ability to empower people and the ability to transform people, because that's my favorite thing that we get to do together is change lives. Because let's face it, guys, whatever we do in life, it is super, super fun to work with amazing people. So before I get started today, let me just say something about these girls. So we all have very diverse backgrounds, but together, like I said, we're all basketball moms, which seriously, it's March. So what are we all doing right now? Who had basketball in your life today? Who had basketball in your life yesterday? Yes. So we not only get to do the fun stuff together with our kids, but we get to do fun stuff together with our work. So again, between all of us, there's four of us, we've got four husbands, we've got 12 kids, we've got 6 dogs, 2 cats, crazy calendars. What else, girls? What else we missing?
Who's got cats? Who's got cats?
Woo! No cats here. Who's got
2
the
cats?
Nope.
No cats for me.
Who's
No
got the
cats.
kids? Well,
Nope.
Who has kids? Yeah, kids.
Yeah. Who's got the
Amber's got the most. Amber's
I
got the most kids.
I got the most.
5? She's
I
winning
should
with
get a
5
trophy
kids.
for that.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, even though we all live in different lives, we all love the same thing of helping people. So in this health and wellness space, I started my business about 9 years ago, and here's why. So I was a crazy busy mama working my career in corporate America, but I was 33 years old, and I remember being 33 feeling trapped in my life. Like if you're watching this video right now, if you're watching this live and you feel trapped in where you're at in life right now, drop us a heart emoji, because you know what, we get you. Okay, we get you what it feels like to feel trapped, because that was me. I was a mom of 3 kids, married, mom of 3 kids, balancing this insanely busy schedule, and I was exhausted, I was tired, and I was stressed to the max. And it was really scary that day. I realized that my way wasn't working, right? I was looking for a way out. I was desperately looking for a better way. And I didn't know how to do it, because all I knew was the life that I was in. But gosh, I'm telling you what, every day waking up and looking in the mirror and seeing myself look older was very, very scary to me. Okay. So it was very scary to me. And then something really incredible happened. The course of history for me changed when I was introduced to women just like this, when I was introduced to a different way to not only take care of me, but a different way that I could take care of my family. Because gosh, guys, I'm telling you, that conversation I had changed me forever, because it completely changed my mindset on how I could live my life. And that is why I'm so excited about bringing these women on today, because here's the deal. This company I joined, this thing I started doing 9 years ago, it was a company that had products. It was a company that had a business opportunity. But I think probably the thing that really impressed me most is that somebody like me with no experience in this space could do it. Okay. So I remember when I said yes, what I was most excited about was the opportunity to take care of my family, but be a present mom. Okay. Because I wasn't scared of work, but what I was scared of was having my kids grow up without me, because I was in a place where I just couldn't balance where I was at anymore. So I'm so super excited, because all of these women are here for the same reasons. Okay. They're here because they were super passionate about what they saw, and they wanted a different way to raise their kids. So if you're a mom here right now and you can relate with that, knowing that, okay, I'm not afraid of working, but I just want a different way to raise my kids, like give me a high five right now in the comments, because yeah, everybody's got a high five right now. That's where we all were. Even though we all have very different backgrounds, we all wanted to be present moms. And I'm so grateful that somebody thought enough of me to pick up that phone and say, hey, Cassie, you've got to meet my friends. You're going to love what they have to say. So first thing I want to do is I want to turn this over to my dear friend Bridget Norrie, because not only is she a baller mom and she's a boss mom, and she was able to say goodbye to her job as a nurse because of what we're here talking about today. Because again, I was able to say goodbye to corporate America. She was able to say goodbye to a nurse. So Bridget, I'm super glad you're here today, because our company has products. And let's face it, as a nurse, you've seen it all, you've heard it all, you've been exposed to it all. And so you're probably just, it's like, okay, what, there's so many things out there. So here's my question for you. I would love to hear a little bit about your story, but yeah, first, tell us about you. Bridget is the mom, the wife, the nurse. And then after you tell us about who you are, I want to know why you said yes. Like, what caught your attention that made you realize you wanted to get behind this? Because it's a super big deal, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I am so thankful, one, that you asked me to join you with this, because you have changed my life forever. So anybody on here looking for something better for your life, drop me a better life hashtag, guys, because this is what we're talking about. You guys, I've been a nurse since I was 16 years old. I started out that age because I just loved people. I was in the service business before that. And I just loved taking care of people. And then I realized there was a way to help people and when they couldn't do it themselves. And so I've been doing this since I was 16. And so my whole life, I thought I was going to be a nurse the rest of my life. And so I never believed there was a different way other than punching in the time card, working weekends and holidays. And I had kids. I got married and had kids, and my husband owned a business, and it's such a busy lifestyle, and I was getting burned out, guys. It's just a big burnout. And I wanted to be a present mom, like Cassie said. And we're all hoping for that, I think. And we all get into this hamster wheel and think that this is the way life's going to have to be. And we just settle for it, guys. But we don't have to settle for it. There's other ways of spending time with your kids. And everybody has bills, right? So we have to pay those bills. So we can't stay at home sometimes, which is a dream for everybody. So there are ways to do that, guys. And I'm just so blessed that I was given that opportunity. But I took care of sick people all my life. And what I loved about when I was introduced to this was there was products, guys, that help everybody, sick or not sick. And this is a way to help with people that are trying to prevent illness down the road. So what I loved is it was a target for everybody, because I honestly did direct sales in another way as well. And this just was a better way for me as a nurse. I have a product that is backed by science that I just love to death, and it helps everybody. And I found a way, and I just love it. And I'm able to help people still in a more preventative way, because unfortunately, healthcare is changing dramatically quickly, and people are getting sicker. And now I don't take care of as many sick people. I just help people with their health. And I just absolutely love that. So yeah. So I think I'm going to turn this on over to Shauna Mucklow. Shauna has a different story. What I love about all of us is we have different backgrounds, guys. We have different backgrounds, and so we're all different individuals. And so I'm hoping that we're touching the hearts of somebody out there with our stories.
So Bridget, before you turn it over to Shauna, I have to know this, okay? So sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. But okay, you talked about science. Like, so there's all this stuff out there on the shelf, all this stuff out there from companies. Like, how important is it to have to be able to prove this is real and prove it works? Like, how big of a deal is that from a medical professional standpoint? How big of a deal is that to say, yes, this has the stamp of approval from like really big medical institutions?
Okay. That's a very good question, because honestly, I'm going to be flat out honest with you. When I joined this company, my husband actually joined first, and I just wasn't very interested in it because I didn't know what it was at first. I thought it was just another supplement. So I wasn't really all for it. And then when I got to dig into it a little deeper, I actually found out that there was peer-reviewed studies on the products, and it wasn't a supplement. It was an activator for your body. So that was totally different than I'd ever heard before. And so that really made me dive into it more and look at the science and look that it was backed by peer-reviewed studies. And that was huge to me as a medical professional. I can't just go out and say, hey, try this, take this supplement. I love that I have proof that this does what it says it's going to do. So that's been very, very powerful because there are so many other things out there. So yes.
Right. And I think what I loved, because again, I'm the corporate girl. I didn't come from the medical background. What I love, it's not so much what it says it does, right? Because it's a big deal to have what it says it does. But I'm like, if I can have clarity, right? Ditch the brain fog, have energy, feel better, look better, and just be able to live my life the way I want to live it, that's a big, big deal. And I think 100% of people we know want to feel better, want to look better, and want to have energy to live. Am I right? Because I mean, you used to see patients all the time, right?
Yeah.
Love it, love it, love it. So that was Bridget. She clearly could help us understand why this is a big deal on a product standpoint. Now, I love this next piece we're going to dig into because Shauna Mucklow, again, baller mom, boss mom, has a completely different background than Bridget. She's been an entrepreneur her entire adult life, okay? Her entire adult life, she has been in business for herself.
Yeah, guys, hold on. Adult life. Shauna turns 40 in a couple days. That's how old this adult life is. Everybody say a prayer for me.
I love it. Welcome. Amber, you're not there yet, are you?
I am the young
now.
pup. I was going to say, I am
+1.
the young pup here.
40 plus 1.
I'm there too. I love it. I love it. So, okay, so Shauna, I have to know, okay? So you've been an entrepreneur for 19 years, almost 20, right? When you grow up and hit 40. But okay, so I have to know.
Big girl now.
You've owned and operated 3 businesses, okay? 3 successful businesses. Like, you've done this before. You were running an extremely successful designer jewelry business when this was brought to you. Like, you weren't looking, but this was brought to you. And what made you say, hold the phones, I gotta look more? Because it's not like you were looking to get busier, right? What made you say, hold the phones, I've got to take a look, and then hold the phones, I'm gonna sell my company and do this? I gotta know.
Yeah, so I think it's so funny because people ask me that all the time. And I think it just boils down to what we all are. I mean, I think as an entrepreneur, I want to speak, I definitely as an entrepreneur felt like I always wanted to be my own boss, have unlimited potential, be in charge of building something, right? For fulfillment's sake, hustling, working so hard, right? All of that just drives an entrepreneur. But I'll tell you, when this literally got dropped in my lap, Greg and I found ourselves in a place that probably all moms find themselves, probably all of you found yourself in, is like, how can I keep this pace? Do I want to keep this pace? We knew how to make money, right? We absolutely did. We figured that out, but guess what that meant? Working more. Like, we knew how to spin the wheel, but we had to spin the wheel. And I wasn't sure at all that I wanted to do that anymore, because what we were also wanting to do was what we call now #Mucklow memories, because that's our last name. We want to create memories with our family. Like, we couldn't do that because we were working all the time successfully, but in order to keep it afloat, we had to work all the time. And so I couldn't see a way to change that, at least in the near future. And I wanted it to change quickly. Funny thing is I didn't even see that until Bridget talks about how great the products were. My doctor called me up and she said, listen, you got to take a look at this wellness product. It's literally going to be the future of wellness, and you need to take a look at this. And I took a look at the product with no intentions at all of changing business paths. But when I looked at this, I thought, if this is half true about the products, this business is going to change a whole lot of lives. And it changed, I know, all of our lives, our family's lives, and so many more, including mine for sure. But I want to say one more thing. Do you guys have cool chicks in your life? Like, #MeCoolChicks. Because these girls are cool chicks. When I first got involved, I wanted to be like them. I'm just going to be honest with you. I wanted to be like them. I remember saying about Cassie, like, man, I want what she has. She lives her life like a Saturday every day, right? Who doesn't want that, right? Saturday. Because that is, I think, what all of us are looking for as moms, for sure, right? Is living our life on our terms. I think that's what it was about for me. I wasn't living life on my terms, even though as an entrepreneur, I still was stuck. And I didn't want to be stuck anymore. So, yeah, that's my story.
So I love it, Shauna, because I'm telling you what, I'm a corporate girl. I had never understood what it was like to own my own business. And when I see people like you that have done this 3 times and you're like, yep, I'm doing it again, I'm like, holy moly, it just raises my belief. And it makes me realize that we are so grateful that we're in this space right now, because there's really something to this. So Thank
Yeah,
you.
and I'll tell you the shift that happened, different than traditional business, right? What we're doing now has been able to create balance in our life. It's something called leverage that I never, ever, ever understood before. If you want to know what leverage is, drop leverage in the comments below, and any single one of us would be happy to explain that to you, because you deserve to know what this is. Trust me, that's why we were all able to retire, is leverage.
Exactly. And let's face it, as women, we want to lock arms. Okay.
Yes.
Like when I worked in corporate America, we wanted to keep things a secret. Like when you were killing it in your job, you wanted to keep it a secret.
Yeah, because
somebody's cool. So
somebody's gonna get you.
Yep. We can like lock arms because we want to share the secret, right? I mean, like it's like the secret recipe. We're ready to share it, right? We're ready to share it.
Yep.
And what I love, and again, because I didn't understand this piece of it either, is it's like, okay, I'm a South Dakota farm girl who grew up and worked in corporate America. Bridget is a small town Nebraska girl who grew up, became a nurse. Shauna, were you a city girl? Like, do you call yourself a city girl in your small town? She grew up in a bigger.
However, I'm not a farm girl either.
Right.
I'm like a small town girl.
Yeah.
She's almost 40. She had to ride a horse to school and stuff when she was little. I mean,
uphill both ways, right? Get it right, Amber.
But compared to us, Shauna's like from the big city, okay? Because I'm from a town of like my farm. Bridget had a town of like 20, 25, right?
Yep.
But
hold on, I had 20,000.
Yeah, huge city girl. Huge city girl.
big city.
So here's what I love is that you can take a farm girl like me, a small town girl like Bridget, a city girl like Shauna,
Mm-hmm.
and a small
I'm so sorry to all you real city girls out there.
But what I love is we can take, all of us can come together and do this, okay? Because we just had a burning desire to change our story. So that's where I'm so pumped, where I get to introduce to you Amber Garner, because Amber is now a retired teacher. And so as a teacher, obviously the product, like learning about the product was important, learning about the business was important, but to her what was most important is, okay, how are we going to teach people how to do this? Because you can't just throw somebody into something and expect them to do it without a plan. And so Amber is a baller mom. She's a boss mom.
Yep.
She's a boss wife, right?
Boss wife for sure.
But Amber, so tell us, like, what's special about, again, 4 of us, again, we've never done this before, but we all had a burning desire to change our story. Tell us about how this system and this training plan can create can create an opportunity for anybody that wants change.
Right, guys. And that's one of the things that we love too. You know, we came across this opportunity 6 years ago, which seems like yesterday, but 6 years ago. I was a teacher. John was in pharmaceutical sales. And you know what? We lived a pretty darn good life. You know, we were financially stable and had our dream jobs. You know, you go to college and you do the drill and whatever. And as time went on, you know, John was gone way more than what we'd anticipated. Teaching became more than just teaching. You know, it became where I was at school till 5:30 or 6 every night. And then you kind of step back and go, holy buckets, we're spending way more time with the people we love the least, you know, and less time with the people we love the most. And what in the world are we going to do? And you kind of think this is what we had picked out for our life to be. And then all of a sudden we think, well, we have no idea what we're doing. And then this comes across our plate. Product wise, if anybody knows me, we know that health is probably at the top of my priority list, and looking at what's,
and that's no lie. That's no lie. Hold on, we got to stop there.
We'll just kind of tell you what you should do and not do, and not drink and not eat and not put on your skin.
She's brilliant.
Oh, I don't know about brilliant, but maybe a little crazy. But we're very passionate, right? Passionate about preventative health. And when this came across our plate, you know, it was kind of like, oh, let's take a look. And John, being in pharmaceutical sales, he's like, go to PubMed, we'll look up to see if it has any studies. It won't. He says it won't. And we'll just smash it and we'll keep going on with our life. Well, lo and behold, he goes to PubMed, and by golly, there's all these studies. So we look at the science, we look at the research, we're like, holy buckets, we're taking the products because there's nothing in the world that does what it does. On the business side, I will tell you, I said, we are not doing the business. And John said, oh, we're doing the business. So if anybody has husbands that say they're the boss, and I was kind of like a battle back and forth. And then all of a sudden he's like, Amber, this is the only product in the world that does what it does. It's patented. It has all these studies, and we're going to share it with everybody because it can help everybody. And I said, you're absolutely right. So 6 years ago, we jumped in, we said yes. And then we kind of said, what are we going to do? How are we going to do this? We had no idea. The good news is that we had a plan. It was a simple plan. It's duplicatable. Okay, that's what I like as a teacher. You know, when you come in and you have to, you know, as a teacher, you can't just be gone from the office. You have to be able to put things in place so people can come in and do your job. And that's kind of what we looked at here. Like, we just have the products share the story themselves. We just have to get it into the hands of everyone. And we want to do that so it's duplicatable for everybody. And it's simple. And I love that about the business side of this, is because what Bridget says and what Shauna says and who we share it to, it's not like you have to have a master's in this or you have to have a degree in this to share this or to understand it, and you don't. You don't have to understand the science. It just shares itself. We just have a nice template that we can pass on to everybody that wants to share with others, and I love that. So we're blessed.
Yes, we are. I absolutely love that we could do this today. Like, we just got together today because we want to share with you what is so exciting in our worlds. And you can clearly see that we've got the stamp of approval on our system from a teacher who understands organization, processes, duplication. We've got the stamp of approval from a medical professional that understands what's real and what's not. We've got the stamp of approval from an entrepreneur who understands business opportunity and timing. So as you're watching this right now, if this is intriguing to you, if something is curious to you, reach out, let us know. We'd love to tell you more, because there's so much more to the story. We're not gonna take the time to do it right now, but there's more to the story. And I can tell you this: if you have a burning desire to change your story, we are looking for people just like you, because like I said earlier, even though we all have very different backgrounds, we come from different places, we all have a burning desire to help other people change their story. So whoever invited you to watch this today, if you know one of us personally, reach out. We'll fill in the gaps for you. But if somebody invited you to be here today, let them know. Let them answer your questions, because we're going to take this to the world. Okay, we're going to do it, and we're going to have a heck of a great time. And we want people just like you that are ready to change your story to join us. So thank you guys so much. Have the best day.
Ladies.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. You're the best.
All right. Thanks,
Awesome.
guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.